and how important it is for the state of Connecticut to see Republicans in the House of Representatives lead and chart the way forward. And Representative Nuccio mentioned that a budget is about priorities, and House Republicans are prioritizing taxpayers and small businesses. I'm going to say it again. We're prioritizing taxpayers here in the state of Connecticut and small businesses. Our budget has a clear vision for Connecticut. Okay, you can predict out over the next 2 years where we are going to be with this budget. There's no gray areas. As I mentioned, predictability. And what does it come down to? Well, it comes down to kitchen table issues. A lot of families across Connecticut are struggling to pay their bills. They sit down each night around the table and they decide, hey, how much money do we have in the bank? How much money do we have left over to pay our electric bill? How much money do we have for groceries? Well, this budget addresses that. This budget gives these families predictability. Namely, in the place where Republicans have stood time and time again, and that is to reduce electric bills. You know, I said a couple weeks ago, electric bills are too damn high. This budget seeks to reduce the public benefits charge by shifting a lot of that unnecessary hidden tax. Actually, it's not even a hidden tax, it's a tax on your bill that you see every month in that fourth column, over to the general fund, where we as legislators can debate, legislate, and then pay for it appropriately out of the general fund. You know, there's no secret about what happened last week. The Democrats on the Appropriations Committee and in the Finance Committee passed a budget that does not add up. So, to put it into layman's terms, you go to a restaurant, you order something off the menu that costs $60, but you only have $48 in your pocket. What do you tell the waiter when they come over? Oh, I spent $60, but I only have $48 to give you. That's what happened last week. The Appropriations Committee blew through the spending cap. They spent a lot more money than Governor Lamont even had presented to the legislature in February. And then the Finance, Revenue, and Bonding Committee passed the package that doesn't add up to what the Appropriations Committee did. So this budget was crafted in coordination with both committees, i.e. a Ways and Means Committee. It adds up. Again, it gives predictability to families and businesses across Connecticut. There are no gimmicks in this budget. And most importantly, it keeps our fiscal guardrails intact. Both sides in this building have touted how great these 4 fiscal guardrails are. We've saved over $700 million just in ADAC savings in the last 7 or 8 years. That's been able to get used into our budget for critical services. That's because we've paid down debt. We've restored our rainy day fund. We've held the line on tax increases. Why would we go back on that, especially in uncertain times like these? And finally, I think this is the best part of our budget, and that is that we seek, through a convenience tax, to help out Connecticut workers that are being unfairly taxed in the state of New York. So what does that mean? We have many remote workers, especially since the pandemic took place. We have people working from home 3, 4, 5 days a week, yet they're paying the New York income tax. This budget seeks to reverse that. So Connecticut would actually capture that tax to the tune of $320 million. I'm going to say it again, $320 million. That's real tax dollars, and the governor has said we want more taxpayers, not taxes. That's real tax dollars here in the state of Connecticut, where these workers would be paying a lower rate if they paid the Connecticut income tax rate. And what does that do? Well, Representative Nuccio mentioned realitycheckct.com, and I would implore everyone here and those listening at home to take a look at realitycheckct.com. There's this $320 million item that's going to, you know, should this pass, we're going to let residents across Connecticut log on to our website and pick which tax relief they want. So it's an option where we can kind of take the show on the road and tell people, hey, we've found a way as House Republicans to not only help these remote workers, but raise more revenue, and we want you, the public, to tell us which tax relief you would like.